The life of David Beckham. Talk about culture, talk about style, talk about fashion, talk about marketability, talk about celebrity lifestyle. He is an embodiment of all. He is one of the greatest and most recognizable midfielders of his generation, as well as one of the best free kick takers of all time. On the pitch, his successes were many, winning many trophies along the way and scoring some outstanding goals for club and country. He remains to this day a global icon and ambassador of the sport. Even if you haven't seen him play, you'll still likely know something about him. In this edition of Talk of the Titans, we take a look at the life of one of football's greatest ambassadors. He is the one they call DB7. He is also known as Bex. He is the world-acclaimed English former footballer and now club owner, David Robert Joseph Beckham. Beckham was born in London, England in 1975 to Sandra, a hairdresser, and David, a kitchen fitter. He got the name David from his father, and Robert came from his father's best footballer, the late Sir Bobby Charlton. David and Sandra were fanatical Manchester United fans who travelled over 300 kilometres from London to Manchester to watch United's home games. At an early age, David told his teachers at elementary school that he wanted to be a footballer and nothing else. After playing for several youth teams, he signed schoolboy forms at Manchester United on the day he turned 14, and afterwards he signed a youth training scheme contract in 1991. This gave him the opportunity to join United's youth team, along with notable young players known as the Fergie fledglings, the Neville brothers, Gary and Phil, Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt and Ryan Giggs. These young players won the FA Youth Cup in 1992, beating Crystal Palace in a two-legged final. He turned professional in 1993, but was loaned to Preston North End the following year to get some first-team experience. He returned to United in 1995 and made his Premier League debut late in the season against Leeds United. The following season, Beckham began to draw national attention. On the first day of the 1996-97 Premier League season, Manchester United were leading 2-0 when Beckham noticed that Wimbledon's goalkeeper Neil Sullivan had drifted far away from his goal line. He struck an audacious shot from 57 yards from the halfway line. The Selhurst Park crowd watched in amazement as the ball floated over Sullivan into the gaping net. A 2016 poll by Sky Sports voted it the best opening day goal in Premier League history. From that moment on, Bex never looked back. Beckham was not included in England's Euro 96 squad, but he made the cut for the Three Lions at the France 98 FIFA World Cup. It was a tournament to forget for Bex. He was red-carded in a round of 16 match against Argentina following harsh tackle on current Atletico Madrid coach Diego Simeone. He became a nationally hated figure, and he also became clinically depressed. However, Bex recovered from this setback to win important titles with Manchester United. After winning back-to-back Premier League titles, Beckham helped his club to achieve monumental success in 1999. On the last day of the season, they reclaimed the title from Arsenal when they played against Tottenham. Spurs took an early lead, but Beckham scored the equaliser with a curling strike from 12 yards out. United went on to win the decisive match 2-1 and beat the Gunners to the title by 1 point. Later on in May 1999, United defeated Newcastle United 2-0 in a marginally one-sided FA Cup final with goals from Teddy Sheringham and Paul Scholes. 4 days later, United were at the Camp Nou in Barcelona to play against Bayern Munich in the UEFA Champions League final. United fell behind early to a Mario Basler goal in the 6th minute, but turned things around after the full regulation time. It was Beckham's corner kick that led to Teddy Sheringham's equaliser, and it was also his corner kick that led to the winning goal by former United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Thus, Manchester United became the first English team to win the continental treble. Beckham's key assists and great all-season performances were rewarded with a second-place finish at both the 1999 European Footballer of the Year and FIFA World Player of the Year awards. In fact, in the year 2000, Staffordshire University included a module in football culture for students taking sociology, sports science, or media studies. It was popularly referred to as a degree in David Beckham studies. David Beckham. Sadly, the relationship between Beckham and Sir Alex Ferguson broke down to an irreconcilable level, mostly due to dissent, fame, and Beckham's commitments outside of football. Following a boot-kicking incident that was highly publicized, Beckham transferred to Spanish giants Real Madrid in the summer of 2003 to become a part of their Galacticos era. He won the Spanish Super Cup that year and later a La Liga title in 2007. Beckham had a spat with coach Fabio Capello and ultimately left for the MLS to join LA Galaxy. While at LA, he was loaned to AC Milan in consecutive seasons, and he retuned to LA afterwards. He won 2 MLS Cups, 2 Supporters' Shields and Western Conference regular seasons and playoffs with the Los Angeles team. By January 2013, Beckham moved to League One to play for PSG. At the tail end of that season, he announced his retirement from professional football. He wore a Union Jack-themed boots to play in his final home game as captain and won the league. Despite having 115 caps and scoring 17 international goals, David Beckham won only Tournoi de France with England. Beckham is married to Victoria Adams, a former member of the pop girl group Spice Girls. Victoria was known as Posh Spice and started dating Bex after she attended a United game at Old Trafford. They became a power couple known as Posh and Bex. Their marriage in 1999 produced 4 children: 3 sons, Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, and a daughter named Harper. Their home in the ceremonial county of Hertfordshire was nicknamed Beckingham Palace by the media. The family has since moved to a £25 million mansion at Holland Park, London. Beckham has obsessive-compulsive disorder. He keeps everything in a straight line, or everything has to be in pairs. Beckham is a business mogul. He co-owns MLS team Inter Miami, and he is also the co-owner of League Two club Salford City. Inter Miami has Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez on its books. He also has countless endorsement deals that make him one of the most commercially successful former footballers globally. Memorable quote by David Beckham: "In my career, there are many things I have won and many things I have achieved, but for me, my greatest achievement is my children and my family. It is about being a good father, a good husband, just being connected to family as much as possible."